Restart OBS. The rest of my settings should have carried over, so we should be all set to keep the ball rolling here. And sure enough, looks like everything is rolling, just the way I like to see it. All right. Grab this last dealio, and then we are all set, yo. Yeah, this game came out, I want to say it was either October or November 2024. But the new DLC just came out a few weeks ago. So it's pretty fresh. It's pretty funky fresh. Is pretty sweet because it's one of those games where a lot of people, I think a decent number of people heard of it. I mean, it's not that popular. It's sold, so I'm kind of curious. Or maybe, I don't know how many copies it sold, but on Steam it has actually almost 2,000 reviews, which is usually a pretty good measure of when it comes to indie games, at least how well they did. So yeah, if it's got like almost 2,000 reviews, that's pretty darn good as far as indie games concerned. And this is a true indie title. It is self-published, no publisher, no nothing. So all an indie development experience, which is pretty sweet. And I like it a lot. It's a cool little game. But again, we haven't beaten it. We've not beaten this one. So with that, I think we're good to jump back into Lorn's Lore. I hope everyone's doing well. We played this, like I said, I think last time I played it was November of 2024. So it's been over a year. That new DLC stuff I'm curious about, so we will jump into that maybe a little bit later. But I kind of want to see if we can get a little bit further with the main game. So let's jump back in. Looks like there's not a continue option right now. And in fact, yeah, there's no continue option here. So we'll just start this chapter. I do see we did collect some collectibles. So presumably that will be preserved. Oh, we get the opening and everything. In that case, we can probably go fast. Do I want to skip the intro? I think I might just skip the intro. Because we've watched this before. Hold E to skip. Yeah, we've watched it before. Yeah, we are a robot fella. We are a robot fella, and we're just trying to find our way. Intro very reminiscent of White Knuckle. We've played a decent bit of. Ooh, mouse sensitivity is real sensitive. Wowie, wowie, wowie. Yeah, and all of that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and lower the mouse sensitivity. I don't think I ever uninstalled this game, so I'm a little bit surprised that the stuff has a reset, or at least some of it has. Oh, maybe there isn't a mouse sensitivity option. Oh, shit. Oh, here we go. Well, no. Yeah, here we go. Aim sensitivity. So I'll lower that a decent bit. So some things got reset. Still pretty sensitive. Yeah, still pretty dang sensitive. Don't be so sensitive. Gosh. So overly sensitive. Okay. That feels a little bit better. We, of course, have jump, and there isn't like an auto ledge grab mechanic. And the first little bit of this game goes before you actually have the ice picks yourselves. So, like I said, the plan is to kind of maybe fast track through a good chunk of this. Because we've already done this intro. Now, granted, it's been a while since I've played the intro. It has been a hot minute. I'm going to raise the volume up. It's very quiet. And of course, I was more referring to raising the volume on my end. Do one of these. I think, yeah, we can't make that jump. I can't jump up to that guy unless, no, I think we're going down. We're trending downwards. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, it's like I know it's making noise. It's just very, very quiet. Oh god, global volume is what the fuck? 0. What the shit? Maybe I did that as like why would I have done that previously? That's bizarre. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why the settings are weird, but that might be the culprit. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about the questionable audio situation there. You can hear a little bit. Actually, I'm going to raise it up a little bit more now. Yeah, why that was set to 0? That's so bizarre. That's so bizarre. Unless it was one of those where the game... I mean, we've had it before where turning the volume down to 0 doesn't always, like, lower the volume fully. We have had that before, so maybe this is one of those games where originally it was too loud, and maybe that has since been changed. Regardless, yeah, very weird. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can grab that. No, I don't think I can. Let's see. It looks like... Oh, here we go. Yeah. Here, just climb on these guys. Much better. Because, yeah, so much of the game, hold F. Oh, for walking. And also for paying respects. For being very respectful. If you're holding F, it's one thing to pay to you know, press F to pay respects, but holding F to pay respects, you know, very deeply respectful even. Now, the fun, like, little trinkets. The fun little fellers. How do I get the little fellers? Oh, actually, I think I might have screwed it. Whoop. Yeah. Ka-thunk. And of course, the fun little trinkets are not the end all be all. In fact, I might have crossed that broken bridge, that there might not be an opportunity to go back for that, unfortunately. I see multiple ways down, but none that lead up in a way that seems doable. So that might be something we just have to come back for at a later date. Or maybe set the chapter. I'm not sure it's worth it though. Like I'd rather keep the show on the road. I want to at least get back to where we were last time, because I think I would recognize where that was. One down there as well. No. I think we'll save... we can make this? Yeah. Because that's the thing. You do... There's not like a lack of fall damage, basically. It's not like you're immune to fall damage in this game. But there's also not really a health bar, so you're either alive or you aren't, and there is a fall distance beyond which you will get got, beyond which you will take damage. Don't remember your password. So, left click. So yes, if you like have if Humpty Dumpty suffers a great fall that is too spicy, then you will get got. You will get got and you will die, and it will not be fun. I think I can just slow it down. No, I cannot. I guess we'll probably just go in there then. I can maybe try a little something. Not quite. Not quite. I think maybe I could climb that thing. Oh, actually, you sort of can. No, you can't. You just slide right back down. Never mind. In the tunnel we venture. A long, long tunnel. Long. It's a long boy. A long man, if you will. Whoa, shit. Ka-chunk. There it is. I slipped and ate shit. As opposed to shitting and eating slip. I don't even know what that would mean. So yeah, this is one of those games where, you know, is it climbing or is it falling with style? Right now it's falling with style, or it's falling with care. Because again, you don't want to like suffer too great of a fall, because then you will just get splorted. There might be other things that damage you or that harm you. I can't remember if there's like honest to goodness bad guys in this game, like there are in White Knuckle. White Knuckle, well, for one thing, White Knuckle you're climbing instead of climbing down most of the time. But in White Knuckle there are honest to goodness bad guys and a plethora of secrets. This game's a little bit more, maybe straightforward isn't the right word, but because it is like kind of non-linear in how you approach certain situations and certain puzzles and certain climbing challenges. So like there's not truly just one way to beat the game or one way to platform through a certain area. But I would say yeah, the game is a little bit more straightforward. For one thing, this game is I don't think anything is procedurally generated. I think White Knuckle is procedurally generated. I don't think any... Well, actually, I say that. Is that right? I think that's correct. I think White Knuckle is... I think it's procedurally generated, and I... zoom in, which is nice. You can zoom in real far. Whereas this one is you know, static. The waypoint hints... So out of curiosity, the next one is right there. That's what they recommend, which makes perfect sense. I'll try not to use that too often if I can help it. Whoop. But once we get the ice picks, then we're going to be really in business. Really in business. Chocolate, yeah. Climb up to this thing. We get Aleph in the house. What's up, Aleph? Another 6 degree of freedom game. Well, of course, this one is very much a first-person, just like ground-based platforming kind of game. 6 degrees of freedom would imply that I could freely fly around in all 6 degrees, up, down, forward, back, left, and right, making the 6 degrees. This one is 4 degrees with a limitation of 5 because you can jump. But again, I can't just fly. I'm very much limited by ground movement. Some old landlubber. Some regular ass landlubber. Yeah, is it more akin to Mirror's Edge? I would say, yeah, it's more akin to Mirror's Edge than Desecrators or Descent or any of those kinds of 6 degrees of freedom movement kinds of games. Can I make that jump? Whoop! Yes. As we all know, these games work better, and you jump better, and you have a bigger penis if you make the jump noise with your mouth. If you physically go whoop, or even better, if you like lean into the jump physically as you're like trying to make the thing. You kind of lean into that shit, then you're really gaming. Then really that's really pod racing. Now that's pod racing. Now that's what I call gaming. All right, so I think right down there, I think is going to be the ice picks, as memory serves. So I think what I can do is I can hop here, jump up, whoop, and ka-chunk. Oh, never mind, I died like a dumbass. Which is a little surprising. Oh, maybe how now, brown cow. So maybe what I was supposed to do, I can't jump up from there. Should I just try again? Maybe if I don't jump this time. Yep. Ka-chunk. Alright, yeah, so I think it was just that little bit of extra fall that got my ass. There they are. There's some horribly disfigured dead body next to it. It's a good time, man. Yeah, the new Star Wars Racer, and it's not just pod racing, but yes, Star Wars racing game. Not on my bingo card either, but I'm here for it too. Cthulhu Awakens, Atlantis reveals itself. Hell freezes over, pigs start flying, Half-Life 3 gets announced. That's right, Justin. All that and then a bag of chips. And of course, you do have limited stamina, but this does increase our climbability by a whole bunch. Toggle UI. That's kind of cool. Kind of neat. Look down and yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. So like climb up and then like. So again, we have limited stamina. We can't just climb forever, but this is where things really take off. I am gonna see what's back her. Oh, I see a shiny. That shiny. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it and see what it entails. Now, I think... Yeah, I think like some surfaces you can't climb onto, like this metal you can't climb onto, basically. So, as close as we are, I think we are indeed a little bit ways away from being able to reach that thing. We'd have to... do something. I guess we'd have to, like... I dropped down from somewhere else, I guess. We could go down there. There was one thing that caught my eye earlier. Kind of slide my way down. Stamina slowly recoups. You're on the ground. So there was one thing over on the other side that caught my eyeballs. I see that purple fella, and I want to say we went down to that purple fella last time we played the game, but I couldn't remember what's down there off the top of my head. But the glowing is very reminiscent of what feels right. Just feels right. It just feels like there should be something over there that is worth our attention. By the way, Aleph does have something for us. That's right, Iowan. That's impressive, man. Yeah, lift the controller up every time you jump. Just in case there was like some kind of gyroscope control going on, maybe. Like, I mean, granted, back in those days, that kind of control scheme didn't exist, but maybe he was just ahead of the curve. Yeah, that'd be the PS1 pod racer. That was a fun game. I liked it. It's a hard fucking game, but I enjoy the game. I liked it a lot back in the day. I haven't played it in a long time, and I have not played the Steam or good old games, the GOG re-release. But I know I played the original on the N64 a whole bunch.
Okay,
y'all. I never beat it.
This.
Here we go. Crack it open.
Unk slop shit is getting out of hand. Since when has Death Note been Unk slop? Who cares that I love Cowboy Bebop? It's a fucking classic. And you know what? Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of the best games ever made. Yes, I own all the Berserk omnibuses, and I watched the anime multiple times. I don't know what's worse, the fact that all this shit I really can't stop talking about, or the fact that all the good media is now Unk slop. Okay, y'all. This Unk slop.
So I'll be the first to confess, I've heard the term Unk slop. I've heard that term before, but I don't think I know what it means. Let's check the comments. Let's see if some folks can fill us in. Yeah, I've heard the term, but I'll be the first to confess I don't know what Unk slop means. I'm gonna be the grandpa in the room and ask what it means. It's a new thing. Well, I've heard people use it in ways that make them sound like they know what it is. And I'm just kind of like, you know, I see those posts and I just keep scrolling. So I've held off. I've held off on engaging. Yeah, new Knights of the Club, Knights of the Old Republic. That also was a nice surprise, a very nice surprise. Yeah, a very nice surprise. Yeah, so it's right. That makes, well, no, well, maybe it doesn't make sense. That's what I gathered, is that it means like millennial stuff. It's stuff millennials would respond well to. I'm assuming that Unk is like short for uncle, which is to say like the nerdy uncle at family gatherings that is into video games. It's me. I'm the nerdy uncle at family gatherings. You know, I don't have any kids of my own, so like, you know, when Gracie and I go to a family gathering, I'm the uncle that is into the nerdy shit. Doesn't mean old. I mean also accurate. I can pretend to be offended, but it also means old. Yeah, like an old head. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so also valid. Eventually, we all knew this was gonna happen. Eventually, the whole like thing of dogging on boomers is it will shift. It will eventually shift to dogging on millennials. I know that shit is coming. I know that shit's coming. I guess it already is to some degree. Them's the breaks, man. Them's the breaks. That's just how it is, man. I mean, I know in between boomers and millennials, there's Gen X. I know there's that. I know there's Gen X. But yeah, I know like dogging on millennials, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Only a matter of time. There's my mom, by the way. Hi, Mom. Happy New Year, Mom. Hope you had a nice New Year. You all should be jealous. Gracie and my mom and I, the three of us, got to hang out the other night, or the other day, rather. And originally, we weren't sure if I was going to be able to join in on the festivities because it was on Tuesday we got together. I wasn't sure if I was going to have that day off from work, but I did. So the three of us got to hang out for like pretty much the whole day. And we went to our favorite international market, the one I've talked about on stream a bajillion times. Oh, I didn't grab the thing. I'm just going to die. Yep, very good. I was meant to grab onto the wall and I just missed because I'm very smart. Oh, I think I guess the problem is if you're going too fast. Yeah, I think it's like you gotta like babysit a little bit because if you're going too fast, I think you're. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. It was still enough. It was still enough. Okay. Oof. Scary. But no, we went to the international market that I like so much. Went to Global Foods. Got to introduce her to the splendor that is the Global Foods experience. And then we went back to the house and we cooked a whole bunch of stuff. Gracie made challah bread, made us some matzo ball soup, and of course made sure to force my dear mother to go home with a whole gaggle of leftovers, a whole bunch of leftovers. Probably because we already have plenty of leftovers in our fridge. Like we're already set. But because this was, this is the kind of thing she doesn't get to have very often, we made sure to give her the hookup. It was a nice time. It was a really nice time getting to hang out with my mom, especially because, like, I was telling Gracie that, that family gatherings with, like, around the holidays and whatnot, it's nice, but it's a good opportunity to see everybody. But at the end of the day, everybody recognizes that when it comes to those kind of gatherings, it's hard to, like, get one-on-one time with folks or small batches of like hangouts with folks, because there's grandkids running around, there's like a million family members, and I don't know, it's hard to like have like like a more I don't know, small scale kind of hangout sesh. And that's what Tuesday was great for. Was just getting to hang out with the homies, hanging out with my mom, and my stepdad, unfortunately, it's unfortunate, but it's also like I'm glad that they caught it. My stepdad is having a fairly significant surgery on, let's see, the 5th. I think that's this coming Tuesday. And I could tell my mom, oh, I slipped. I could tell my mom's a little bit stressed about that because, like, it wasn't like a planned thing. It kind of came up last minute. So, like, that's weighing on her mind. And, like, it was a good opportunity to just kind of, just vent a little bit about shit going down. It'll be on Monday. Gotcha. It will be on Monday. And, if you've heard this term before, Mom, there's a term that you might hear called Sunday Scaries. If you've ever heard that term, the Sunday Scaries. Usually the Sunday Scaries refers to it's Sunday and you're dreading going to work. The Sunday Scaries, that's like the universal term for like, oh, shit, man, I'm nervous about work. Maybe not nervous, but you're like dreading it. You're dreading work. You're dreading Monday. So on Sunday, you're just like stewing and feeling kind of crappy about it. I wouldn't blame Ed if he had a more advanced version of the Sunday Scaries on Sunday, because yeah, his situation definitely sounds not great. I'm confident everything's gonna go well, but still, when you have an unexpected thing like that come up, it's like, well, shit, this is not fun. Yeah, I want to say we've found this one once before. But no, it was good. It was good to get to hang out. It was good. If nothing else, just give my mom a chance to vent. Be like, shit is weird. One of my aunts, she also has been having some health stuff going down. So it's like, unfortunately, a lot of folks are having some crappy stuff going around. But we freaking made it, man. 2026, we made it this far. No chance we're slowing down now. So we're just keeping the party going as much as we can. So we made it. Speaking of making it so far, I don't think there's anywhere else we can go. I definitely can't climb any of those spots. I can probably climb on top of this guy, though. And by the way, Mom, I don't know if you watched it, but of course a lot of folks have been talking about the new Stranger Things finale, which did drop today, or I guess last night technically, but dropped today. Grace and I watched it. If anybody has previously watched Stranger Things, and you're kind of unsure about the new season, that kind of thing, I mean, I think the finale is pretty darn good. That's my glowing recommendation, my glowing review. So I thought it was pretty dang good. I enjoyed it a whole bunch. Right. Yes, slop is a genre. Well, which makes me kind of sad, because I've heard people refer to like Peak. I've heard people refer to the game Peak and Repo as co-op slop. When I hear the term slop, I think of something mass-produced with very low quality and like in an automated sense. It's like an automated low-quality product. That's what I think of when I think of the term slop. And Peak is a great game. Repo is a great game. It's the idea of saying like co-op slop as if to say like, oh, there's a lot of co-op games. Okay, fair. There's a lot of them. I'll grant you that. But it's like, yeah, when people call that stuff slop, it's like, no. This is like, these are quality games. Like AI generated nonsense. That's like the definitive definition of slop. And AI generated games are coming. Like there's already, what was it? Twitter, the fucking Elon Musk, like he's allegedly started a game studio that is exclusively going to make games using only AI. Like, we know that shit's coming. So it's a question of how annoying and how obnoxious and hard to ignore is it going to be. So it's like, we'll save that definition for the things that deserve it. And also, well, yeah, the flu has been crappy. Yeah, what is it? An influenza A, or yeah, H3N2, whatever it's called. Yeah, there's been a lot of that, a whole lot of that. And of course, our friend Ryan, he pops into the stream from time to time. He had COVID last week, and while he had COVID, both of his kids had whatever influenza variant has been, you know, making people well miserable. Whether it's H3N2 or influenza A, or maybe that's referring to the same thing. But yeah, like that's been crappy. So it's just, man, everyone's been going through it, man. And there's, again, we just had the new year, and you know, it's kind of hard to feel great about the state of just the world, honestly, right now. But you know, I was saying at the end of the stream, it's like, you know, we try to find ways to distract ourselves. We try to find ways to make the world just a little bit more tolerable as well as we can, within what is reasonable, within what is doable. And we do what we can. We do what we can, and just try to get through it. Try to allow ourselves the grace and patience to have fun distractions and hang out with friends and make great food with your mom. So it was, you know, trying to find nice things to distractify myself with nice things to distract from the awful. Aleph had a pretty crappy throat infection. Yeah, I've definitely heard of like a couple of my friends getting sick with like something, like some kind of like just nondescript virus that's not like awful or anything, but just definitely not good. And they get tested for influenza, they get tested for COVID, and it's like the doctor like, I don't know what you have, but it's something crappy, and it'll clear up. It's like, you know, it's like maybe they could still prescribe some kind of antiviral something, but inevitably sometimes it's like, yeah, man, you just got a shitty ass virus. Sorry, man, just fucking, it sucks. Shit sucks, and just, yeah, roll with it. You know, roll with it, man. It's a pain in the butt. So I'm sorry to hear you had a crappy one yourself, Aleph. That's no good. Avoided it so far, dude or dad. That is a good thing. That is a good thing. I would say enjoy it while you can. Only, but yeah, some people have all the luck, man. Some folks have just immune systems that are powerhouses, or just very lucky genes. However it is, sometimes it just works out that way. Pretty sure we need to get to that guy. I'm gonna do a quick boop boop. Yeah, we need to get that direction. So it's a question of how do we get down there. So I probably shouldn't have been climbing up. Let's climb down. Oh shit. Yeah, so when you're falling with that level of velocity, you can't like latch on to the wall with the ice picks, which makes sense because, you know, there's just not enough arm strength. Even if you're like a super powered robot, there's just no way. There's just no way you're gonna manage that. So we'll do like little baby drops. Oh, although except when you do that, you are losing some endurance. So maybe I shouldn't be doing that. So I have to be a little bit more smart about this. Now I could maybe make that. Ooh, I don't know. No, I couldn't make that jump. Ain't no way. Can't do that. What if I went up to get down? What if I got up to get down? Just like George Michael saying. Or I could maybe explore this a ways. Let's try that maybe. Really, if I could slide down that guy, that'd be... Ooh, actually, this might be it. This might be exactly what we need. Might be just what the doctor ordered. Whether the doctor would have ordered a platforming video game, but I'm not one to question his methods. He's the one with the PhD, and I'm just some fucking guy. Some kind of sinus infection. Ugh. Those are awful. I mean, they're rarely, you know, dangerous, but they are frequently terrible and annoying. Oop. What am I doing? There's nothing to jump onto. Dead. For some reason in my mind, if I jumped onto that slope, I'd be able to jump to something else. I'm trying to look down without committing, without sliding off like that. Because I don't know if I have enough endurance to climb. Can I make it to that one down there? One tricky thing about this game is knowing how to gauge how much endurance you have left for a thing. Thing in there. I can crouch. No, that's just a fall. So, like, I frequently find myself thinking I can climb more than I think I can. A lot of the times, like, I can reach things I wouldn't expect to. And I can simultaneously come up short so much of the time. So it's like I both underestimate and overestimate my abilities in this game. Whoop, there's nothing. There's nothing. God damn. So we need to get down somehow. It's about the same amount of stamina. Right, yeah. When you drop, right, exactly. Yeah, which is good. Which is good. That way you can't, like, screw yourself. If I wondered if I could climb up that way. I could do that if I felt so inclined. I don't see a way. Even if I got onto that structure, I don't know if it's in... Like, what I really ultimately need to do is climb downwards. Getting on that thing would also be a little bit dubious. There is something there that I'm seeing. I'm like trying to kind of move the camera a little bit. There might be something to this. Or about this. How close can I get? As again, maybe I was underestimating this. How close can I get if I just dig down, or not dig down, but go down as far as I can? No jumps, no drops, no nothing, so I can survive this. Yeah, so you get the stamina back for a moment, but yeah, it's like you're going too fast. So I was thinking maybe that was something. Let it be known, this is like the first major challenge of the game. Whoop. Okay, almost dropped it. Game does not mess around. This game is a legit challenge for sure. Yeah, I think if I get on that pipe, we're pretty much in good shape here. Jump here, and then kind of continue. Yeah, maybe there's something else on this side. Also, if you have a fear of heights like I do, this is one of those games where like your hands are gonna get sweaty when you play it. I can definitely feel with mine. My hands are getting sweaty. Arm spaghetti. I mean, I would like to land on that pipe, but I think it's too far down. In fact, I know it is. Yeah, it's too far down. Ka-junk. Get some portal energy. It does have some portal energy, yeah. I mean, there's no portal action, but just the idea of... Or just the aesthetic of the world we're in right now. It looks like something out of like a test chamber, basically. One of the test chambers. What I could maybe do is continue on the path we were earlier to the right and see if we can get down like that little area, maybe? Wondering if I need to go up. Get down with my bad self. That is entirely possible. It seems uncharacteristic. It seems uncharacteristic by this stage in the game. Like, I feel like I should just be trying stuff. Versus just, oh, fuck. Versus falling to my death like a dumbass. You know, trying the same thing over and over again. There is a shiny over there, which I just saw. Is a shiny, which is neat. At one point I saw this and I got excited. Maybe I should take this thread and follow it further. Because at one point I thought maybe sliding down was the key, but it's kind of hard to gauge how far away that is. So if nothing else... I take this further. I suspect the answer might be no. I could go up more. I was wondering if I could reach this pipe. The answer is a not very confident maybe. Although I can definitely reach. Well, can I reach it? I'm cutting it tight. Yeah, we got it. Whew. Aleph says, "No, make the webcam nice and wide for me, Alex. You got it, bud. Nice and wide for Mr. Aleph." And I think it's is it shift? No. Go. And then we go... Crap, wrong one. Is it control shift? There we... No. Well, maybe. Alt. There we go. I can make it more wide. There we go. Nice and stretchy. Nice and stretchy. Look at that. I'll also have a little bit of a silly looking webcam for a while. And if anybody asks, the webcam's not weird. It's got to be something on your end, clearly. Clearly, it's totally normal. By the way, I do notice that quote. Check the date on that quote. Check the date on that shit. Look at that. January 1st. 01/01. 2019. That's some vintage shit right there. Goddamn. Alright, so I think this might have been where we, like, pooped out of a tunnel, maybe? I maybe? Not exactly sure. Yeah, January 1st. Yeah, this is indeed where we first started. So I've backtracked. And I don't think this is a game where backtracking is, like, really a thing you're recommended to do. Feel like my heart was in the right place. But perhaps not so much the execution. Right back to where I started. Oop. Continue downwards and see if there's something else I just missed. Just wondering if there's something that I missed, something that I just haven't caught that would make my life so much easier. Thing I can stand on that I just haven't noticed yet. Yeah, if I climb all the way down, that connection right there with that slope automatically, like, fucking murders my ass. So that's not the answer. Entirely possible there might be something else that can be done around here. That's something I'm willing to consider. I'm willing to like further explore, because I was wondering if, like, the lore drop was the main draw with that little area we found, but it's entirely possible that... Ooh, shit. Well, I grabbed. I'm not sure if I was supposed to grab, but I done did grab. Oh, but look at that. It kind of goes flat. You can't use it to, like, cheese anything, unfortunately. I mean, I'm gonna try to cheese it, but I think I know better. Yeah, pretty impressive. That's just what I... Yeah, the haters will tell you that my webcam has been digitally altered in some way. Digitally altered. They'll tell you that this is not what I look like normally. But the real ones, they know, man. The real ones know exactly the real story. Real shit, man. Climb back up and take the upper path. Sometimes lose track of, like, which direction I'm facing and which direction I'm like climbing in. So when you try to reverse course, sometimes it gets a little bit weird. Funky. Funky, mounky, chonky. Okay. So, given that we've made it to here, we ultimately need to find a way down safely. Is there a way to get down with our bad selves safely from here? Get back down to this thing. Whoop. Yep. Another pipe. Yep. Ooh, got the sweaty hands, man. I'm telling you. This is a sweaty hands kind of game, man. It do be like that. Now, there is something down there. There's a couple things that catch my eye. So maybe that's the key. Now, I know I can't climb on this slidey boy. Like, I can't stand on it. But these protrusions might just be our salvation. Now, I'm putting a lot of trust in the integrity of the pipes in the wall. What are the odds that one of these pipes we land on it? Because we're like a robot, right? What are the odds that we land on it and it just gets loosened and just collapses under the weight of our massive robotic body, if you will? Very real risk. A very real one. We got Sinskism in the house, by the way. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, Sinskism. Thanks for popping in, man. Good to see you, my dude. He's played this game, so I'm gonna run out of stamina. Not surprised. Ka-chunk. But I think we're cooking. I think this is like akin to something we ought to be continuing. This is like a thread to continue to wiggle upon. Now, really, I think I don't even have to... I mean, it'd be nice to get that treasure. The shiny. But I think if I just go down with my bad self, I think that'll be enough. That's good to see you, Sins, because, I mean, yeah, he also enjoyed this game. I never did beat it back in the day, which is part of why I'm like, maybe continuing a little bit with the base game before we try the DLC. Oh, that's still a death? Dang, man. I thought I was cooking, man. I thought that was it. What if I know I was kind of going multiple directions. What if I just like... Oh, wait. Oh, there's one down here. Here we go. Here we go. Pipe I was on was kind of covering that one, but now I see. Now I bet we can survive the downward struggle, the downward spiral. Dopest little hobbit. Also the littlest little hobbit. Well, I guess that's not true. I guess, you know, in as far as hobbit heights go, I mean, I'm a short guy for sure. As a human, I'm very short, but I guess as a hobbit, I would be doing okay. Ooh, that was weird. Did my keyboard get stuck? That was kind of strange. Uh-oh. Don't like that. Oh, crap. I might be having another computer moment. Yep, I might need to kill the stream. It's weird that this has happened twice in one day. That's a little bit unnerving. But yeah, if the stream suddenly goes quiet, it is because OBS has pooped. In fact, I might just restart my computer if it's being weird like this. Like, I'm still able to control the game, but... it's like, other things about Windows are being a little bit weird.